trackside. Okay, our starters before we go racing. Trent Gaudry in 2, Ian O'Toole, car number 7, Joanne Brown 56, David Santin 1538, Ray Eggins, Jason McDonald 29, Brett April in car number 24, Ronnie Barber. Where are you, Ronnie Barber fans? 45, Ronnie Barber, Big Al Woods, car number 94, Matt Jurek in car number 88, Bruce Marshall is loving it out there in the Nos Sprint cars, car number 35, and Gavin Meechan in car 8. Wowee, green flags, green lights. Well, I tell you what, almost a nose to tail, the right-hand side of the start-finish line. That field appears to be growing every time we feature the non-sprint cars out here at BIS. Just have a look at them up there on the 3-4 turns. How close do you go? You could virtually throw a blanket over the entire field coming out of the 3-4 turns. The race leader for the first time from Mackay to BIS just gives an indication of how keen these non-sprint car races are. Brent April from Mackay, car number 24 up there on the 3-4 turns. No sponsorship on the race car, so obviously it's being sponsored out of his back pocket. Trent Gaudry, car number 2 for second and hanging in for third. Our lone lady driver, the 56 racer from New South Wales, Joanne Brown, working the back straight. For the first time, they've started to fan out, started to spread out. Going across the start-finish line, Bruce Marshall certainly looking dangerous in car number 35, having a purple patch in the Nos Sprints out here at BIS during last night's show. Oh, Cruncho, the 3-4 turns. Well, looks like the number 94 car involved up there on turns 3 and 4. That is Al Woods. Nowhere to go for Big Al, the Matt Jurek car number 88. One more cruising lap going across the start-finish line, car number 24. One of our longest travel drivers for tonight's Nos Sprints out here at BIS. Brent April from Mackay, car number 24, the race leader, Trent Gaudry in 2. Joanne Brown doing a nice job, certainly finding out what it's all about out there in the world of Nos Sprint racing, car number 56. Green lights turned on, action time as I go across the start-finish line. In my opinion, certainly the man to keep the eyes on, that would have to be Bruce Marshall, car number 35 up there on the 3-4 turns. He's got this car going nicely coming out of the top turns. Joanne Brown, Bruce Marshall, matching wheels going across the start-finish line. Looks like the Nos Sprints 3 wide down there on turn number 2, almost 3 wide also. Outside your action, Miller Recyclers on the main straightaway. The April car was 6 to race. A good buffer at the moment, about a 4-5 car length advantage going up the back straight from Trent Gaudry in 2. One car onto the infield, back onto the Speedway track down there on the bottom turns. The New South Wales racer, David Santin, pulling car number 15 onto the infield. Oh, have a look at the moment. Car number 45, that is the Ronnie Barber car. That motor car just virtually flew through the air down there on the bottom turns. Oh, let's hope Ronnie quite okay in car number 45. Drew, that is a very, very spectacular incident. We've seen some sprint cars.
Oh,
he's out of the car, race
yes.
fans.
Yeah!
Oh, I tell you what, Drew, that's a great sight. I must admit, I had a couple of anxious moments thinking about Ronnie Barber down there on the bottom turns, but he's out of the car. I tell you what, that was one hell of a ride for car number 45. I'm sure you've seen the incident down there on the bottom turns. Drew, we'll cross down trackside, maybe get a word with Ron on turns 1 and 2. Thanks, Drew.
Looks like we may have it on the replay.
Oh, that was...
missed the end of it. Very violent crash. That's the thing, without these wings. Mate, are you all right?
Hurts more without wings, Drew.
No doubt. Have a look at the tail tanker thing. That you took a big hit, mate. You were about this high.
Yeah, I knew it was going to hurt because we're up there for a long time. I opened my eyes and thought, oh, it's not done yet.
Lucky you got that crazy haircut. You got you through. Who do you want to thank for coming out anyway?
Oh, mate, I've got to thank Kevin Angel for giving me the drive in the car tonight, and Helen, and I'm really sorry what happened. But that's racing and we're having a chop, so we'll be back.
All right, let's hear it for him. He's fine.
Oh, I tell you what, Drew, we certainly seen it out there on the raceway, but to see it up here from the high-performance video replay, it actually looks worse than what it was out there on the Speedway circuit. Unfortunately, riding a weird, it looks like, on the white car down there on the bottom turns, and from that moment on, he was virtually a passenger in car 45.
I can't believe it, but that's Alan Woods in the number 94 car getting manhandled by Johnny down here in that Bobcat. Alan Woods, a sprint car driver, been winning a lot of races down south in Adelaide at the moment.
If you can tell us a little bit about that quarter midget, to see Mum and Dad having a few anxious moments, watching young Aaron Kelly out there in the quarter midget. Okay, have a look at Gaudry, who was about to charge through on the inside of the North Queensland racer, car number 24. Yes, Stephen Gaudry, the race leader, going up the back straight away. They are certainly attacking the 24 car every which way but loose, coming out of the 3-4 turns. Bruce Marshall now taking second away, going across the start-finish line. Whoa, I tell you what, there's some wheel-rubbing action down there on the bottom turns. 3 cars, 1, 2, 3, 4th, 5th and 6th coming out of the bottom turns. Joanne Brown, quite a fair way out of contention in car number 56. How much more can happen? Have a look at the front of the Matt Zurak car. I tell you what, it looks like one of the monster trucks completely ran over the front of car number 88 down there on the bottom turn. I'm sure we'll see our race being declared. Talk about some incidents, talk about some moments. The Nos Sprint cars have certainly turned it on big time during tonight's show. How about a round of applause, race fans? The race winner, Trent Gaudry. Put your hands together for him. We've finally found first, second and third during tonight's Nos Sprint car racing. Second placing, 35, Bruce Marshall back in the third. The Mackay, 24 of Brent April. First, second and third. Of course, no time on the Action Metal Recyclers timer due to the race being declared, but the placings: Trent Gaudry first, Bruce Marshall second, Brent April, car number 24 third. Just seeing our Nos Sprint cars going back to pit row at this moment. How much more can happen? If Drew hasn't got any more news down there on the infield, Drew, another big moment down there on the bottom turns. I'll tell you what, just seeing the Matt Zurak car, it looks like one of our monster trucks completely ran over the front of 88. We'll cross down to you. Thanks, Drew.
Have a word to Woodsy. He's always good to... Woodsy, you race sprint cars real fast. What are you doing in this?
Oh, having a lot of fun. It's different, no wing to hold you in or anything, so yeah, it's exciting. You know, a few people want to have a go at this. I think it's a lot of fun. It's good for the class, and you know, Australia-wide, what more can you ask for?
What's the physical difference between driving this and a sprint car apart from the motor? You know, the wing, there's no wing. What are you going to do there?
Oh, well, with the wing it normally cushions the blow a bit and makes it a bit softer, as I've experienced a few times. So lucky I didn't go over, but you know, at the end of the day, they're a sprint car chassis, same deal, just a V6 engine, like a Holden V6. Standard, believe it or not, they're stock standard. You go and buy an engine from the wreckers for $350, so the class is really affordable. You can't spend any money on the engine, and you know, believe it or not, they actually go quite quick around here for a standard V6.
Unbelievable. Is there anything you won't drive?
I haven't had a go at a midget yet, but I don't think there's one big enough for me to fit in it.
All right, Woodsy.
1, 2. Also, many thanks going to our major sponsors during tonight's show. Of course, Wingless, right behind the previous year's World Series, sponsoring once again the 208-209 World Series. Also, many thanks to Reeve Cruck from Titan Garages and Carports, putting up that $20,000 for tonight's 50-lap sprint car feature. Ozdeck Patios and Roofing, one of our major sponsors out here on a race night. 32714555. The name synonymous with sprint car racing. Billman Performance Wholesale. Also Queensland Speedway Spares, Comp Cams. Many thanks to all those folks making it all possible.